And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in this wonderful world, welcome to BWTM Sports. Let me make sure that my volume is nice and loud and clear so that everybody can hear me. Done. Okay. Hope everyone can hear me nice and clearly. I think I'll start very quickly by this very quick statement that I think very quickly in terms of sports. I made a statement the other day about Arsenal. I said, I'm not going to say anything about Arsenal because they're so inconsistent. You don't know what's going to happen next with them. Did well in the Europa League and then got beat 2-1 by Newcastle. That's why I didn't speak too soon. It is what it is with Arsenal. Okay, for those people who haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. And for those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much for joining us. Very quickly, before I go any further, please let me know where you are from the world listening to this, whether you're all from England, whether you're all from America. And if you are from England, what part of England you're from, you don't have to give your address, just location. This broadcast is coming to you live from sunny Sussex. So, okay, well, it's not so sunny now, it's nighttime. Hope you all have had a good day today. I've had a hilarious day. Over on the gaming channel, I went on did the quintuple. If there's such thing as quintuple, well, basically 5 cups, which include the Champions League and the Premier League with Arsenal. So if you want to see that, I've got to put it on the channel itself. But of course, get across to BWTM Gaming and check that out. Lots of fun, great people are in the room, and we get good laugh and good banter. Right, moving on. It's boxing news. And, man, you need a haircut, a true tidy up. Yeah, man, trust me. It's been a rough week. Next week we'll get a nice clean up and good. But we're coming to the end of this week. And next week we'll be able to make some, hopefully, fingers crossed, some big announcements at BWTM. So we're just waiting until this week is over. But got some big announcements to let you know. House party at BWTM featuring a drunken Carson John smoking pot with Ali Bashir. It says Track Media super cash from some cash for a cut. Hey, see, I don't really set the standards of haircut and looking sharp, but listen, I cut my own hair, by the way. So yeah, definitely gonna have to get the haircut. With Stavern right in the kitchen. Oh my god, you guys are funny. You guys are funny, right? Well, anyway, I had a very funny day today. I had to laugh because it's ironic. BT Sports have announced their pay-per-view platform. Well, it was coming, wasn't it? It was only a matter of time before BT was going to have the old pay-per-view event. And what a great event it's going to be. Tyson Fury versus who? Some unknown guy that Tyson will fight against, I assume. I can't imagine it's going to be anybody, in the top 10. I expect Tyson to have 3 or 4 fights against people that we really don't know and don't particularly care about. And then him not fighting in real good competition until 2019. That's what I see. So I'm probably wondering to myself, when I read this and people going, oh my God, BT, pay-per-view. I'm like, now remember, people talk about Tyson and his trying to kind of bring parallels between Tyson Fury's career and Muhammad Ali's career, obviously being exiled. Ali was behind bars for the whole Vietnam War thing and wanted to fight Vietnam. And Tyson for, well, I think it's because of drugs or I don't know what it is, right? But he just got suspended. I did find it quite funny. Before I go back to the BT pay-per-view thing, I did find it quite funny, the interview Tyson did with ITV. That was quite funny. No comment. No comment. No comment. No comment. No comment. Terminated. And I thought to myself, has somebody sat down and spoken to you, Tyson, as to how to deal with the media now? Because I remember going back when I first started talking to Tyson and said, you need to have a PR team around you for you to you know, what to say and what not to say. And he says, I am my own PR. Maybe now, could you imagine if you're taking the media and taking the approach that he took now with that person from ITV, if you're taking that approach a few years back, where we might have been today? I don't know. It'll be interesting. Tip your range, have a pay-per-view event before Canelo in 2018. Boxing is strange. Amir Khan could be one of the best if he tightens up his defense. Not many out there that can outpoint him. Who do you guys view as the best welterweight in the UK? Are you as big a Spence as we? Well, I'll talk about Spence in a minute, and I'll talk about the welterweight division. Let me finish this off, and I will get into that. Definitely going to get into it, Track Media. So I'm not surprised the fight is pay-per-view, and I probably think Warren and BT paid an arm and a leg to get Tyson Fury on their channel instead of going with Eddie Hearn. And I also suspect that Tyson probably demanded a lot of money, which I guess he would feel he's entitled to. The only thing about this all is that they've got to get the money back somehow. And the way to get the money back in their investment is making you guys, the boxing fans, pay for it. That clearly must be the key thing. People ask me the question, why don't you mention Tyson to Peter? I tell you what, why don't you mention Tyson to Peter and see what happens? Or why don't you ask all the other media outlets why Peter doesn't talk about Tyson? Why does he need to talk about Tyson? That's his nephew. He's training his son. Why? They're not in the same camp together no more. Peter's doing his thing. Tyson's doing his thing. What does he need to talk about? It's clear. Tyson's made a decision to go his way. Hughie's doing his own thing. I'm not going to step. I've mentioned this before. I'm not going to step in between that. And I don't. You know what I mean? Whatever is said behind closed doors remains behind closed doors. So it is what it is. There you go. So Peter's doing his thing. Tyson's doing his own thing. Forget that. Moving on. No comment. So back to the BT thing. I just think that's all. That's all about, for me, investment, getting money back. So they're just trying to get the money back. So that's why the pay-per-view is, and somebody's got to get money back. But somehow they've got to recoup the money. So pay-per-view for Tyson Fury, you have to pay for it. You meaning the boxing fans. So yeah, at some point I will try. I say try. I'll try and get across to talk to Tyson. I think it's something that I'm sure you'll like to hear, and I'd love to hear what he's got to say about a few things now. So I've got some questions to ask him because I've got some things to ask him about what happened back then and now. Not so much the scandal. I wasn't interested. In fact, to be honest, I wasn't interested in talking to Tyson during the whole scandal. I really wasn't. It was a sad situation, and there was no way I wanted to be involved with that or be interviewed him at that point. It might have been sensational for people, but I want to be one of those people sticking a camera up in his face and sticking a microphone. No, you don't kick him out when he's down, and I didn't think that was necessary. So, you know, hopefully we'll get to talk to him soon. So, let me get this zoom up here because these I'm seeing these things, but it's really small. Right, so I can see you guys. Right. So, let me just go a second. Sorry, forgive me. So I can read what you guys say. Ingram did say he wanted to wait until Tyson's back fit with a date to talk about him. Now I guess now is the time. I guess Tyson's mentally in a good place and fitter than ever. Well, yeah, that's the time I wanted to talk to him. And I've said it. This is the time I want to talk to Tyson. Not interested in what's gone on in the past. Just want to talk about what he's doing now and where he's going and where he wants to be. let's get Billy Joe and Tyson in Vegas sniffed up and do a reality show would be gold. Not sure about that. Anyway, so I've just talked about the BT deal with Tyson.
And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in this wonderful world, welcome to BWTM Sports. Let me make sure that my volume is nice and loud and clear so that everybody can hear me. Done. Okay.
Why am I hearing
myself? Everyone can hear me nice and clearly. I think I'll start very quickly by this very quick statement that I think very quickly in terms of sports. I made a statement the other day about Arsenal.
What the hell was all that about? Bizarre. Let's fix this up. There we go. Right, so let's talk about the second thing on the agenda. Hold on. Sam Early versus Liam Smith. Oh, God. Tyson versus TBA headline, the pay-per-view card. How standards are fallen. Probably the worst comeback than Hey. Let's see where we're at now. Yes, we agree. Hope you are, brother. I can't see Tyson versus Briggs, to be honest. Of course, it's probably somebody that's not important. Yes, Cameron, good to see you in the room. You have entered the Matrix. Khan's fighting a guy that delivered my Papa John's last week. Greco is shite. That's why. Briggs ban probably ain't finished. LOL. Right. Next up, Amir Khan versus Phil Greco or Greco or whatever his name is. I remember talking to a certain fighter, not mentioning their name, but when I told them Amir Khan was fighting Phil Greco, he went, who? Phil who? And he went, that guy's shit, can't fight. What's Khan fighting him for? And I went and looked at Phil Greco, and I can understand why Khan is fighting Greco for a number of reasons. And it's the big illusion. Khan, the last time you remember, got sensationally knocked out with one shot by Canelo. Okay? There'll be people now that will say Canelo was beefed up, he was on PEDs, and that defeat to Canelo should be raised off Khan's resume. There will be people that will be talking about that. I'm sure it hasn't been mentioned yet. It's something I'm sure probably will get talked about. I'm sure Khan's team could look into it and say, well, I got nailed by PED. I got nailed by a drug user. And if he wasn't using the drugs, I wouldn't have got nailed. No, he'd have still got nailed because technically he had his hands down when he got dropped and got caught with the right hand over the top. Played through the same shot twice, stood right in front of the guy and then got nailed. So technically, he would have still got done by Canelo. I don't care what anybody tells me about that. Maybe he may not have, I don't know, but he definitely got knocked out by Canelo. No doubt about that. In terms of Khan, it's the same old story. He's got fast hands. He's exciting. He's a bit chinny. He still hasn't learned the boxing fundamentals. And if he had a decent defense, he'd be fine. But we know how the Khan story goes. So this is a rehabilitation fight for Khan. And he's got a new trainer, left Virgil Hunt. I think he's now with Joe Goosen. Okay. Why? Is Goosen going to teach him defense now? I don't know. But he's gone to Joe Goosen. All right. So work this out. He's gone to Joe Goosen to fight who? He's going to fight Greco. Or Greco. I would call him LOL Greco. Why? Because of this. Greco probably has, in world boxing, he probably has the lowest output of punches I've seen in a boxer. This guy don't throw punches back, or this guy tucks up and he doesn't throw many punches. Phil Greco is tailor-made for Khan. Khan will go in there with hand speed. Greco ain't going to throw nothing back. So expect Khan to come rushing out of the corner and lots of hand speed and dazzle Greco for 3-4 rounds maybe, and then he'll knock Greco out, and people say, "Oh, Khan look good, look spectacular," against a guy who's offensively not even poor, dire, right? So he's not going to throw much back Greco, and I expect Khan to just overwhelm with punches, and everyone will say Khan is back, but it doesn't really prove anything, as Greco's not the guy to test him. So I would like to see, as a test, Khan versus Carson Jones. Not just because I like Carson Jones, but Carson Jones tests everybody. We know Carson Jones can dig a bit. We know he takes a good shot. We know he can go the distance. Khan has the speed and the movement. Carson Jones can punch a bit, takes a good shot, and will go the distance. That's a nice test to see where Khan is. Khan should beat someone like Carson Jones. But if he's getting unstuck against someone like Jones, his career really is over. So it's how they match Khan now will be very, very interesting. Somehow I hope Khan gets brutally knocked out, ruin the whole hypocritical matchroom link-up. Greco fought Spence on 48's notice. He's a tough guy. Yeah, well, Khan was outboxing Canelo the whole fight. Really? Really? I didn't know boxing was a 4-round fight. If you look at the way Canelo threw the shot, he knew the minute he landed, it was all over for Khan. So for me, Canelo was just looking at him, looking at him, looking at him, looking at him, looking at him. So let Khan, you knew Khan couldn't hurt him. He said, okay, all right, okay, all right. I'm just sussing you. I'm looking at you. All right, okay. Because this fight ain't going 12 rounds. As soon as I nail it, it was over. Okay, okay, all right. You're going to drop your hands, bang, that's it. Turn around, fight done. Can't make the same mistakes over and over and over again. If Khan is a world-class boxer, he beats Grandus. He's fought far better names with long layoffs in the past. Doesn't vary tempo at all, exactly. Always seems to drop his hands after 3-4 rounds. Virgil Hunter is a shit trainer. That's a good idea, Trap Media. Imagine Khan under Roach. Hello, dear. Virgil's ill. That's why he changed trainer. Roach would shatter Khan's chin. Adrien Broner, Vargas, Matisse, Peterson, Garcia, Porter, all fights that could have took. Has Khan left Hunter? I thought he went to Goosen because Hunter has health issues. Yeah, he's done that. I'm aware of that. He's gone to Goosen, but I appreciate that. But what I'm trying to understand is why go to Goosen? You want to work on your defense. Surely you want to go and get a trainer that's going to work on your defense. Ronnie Shields would be perfect to work on his defense. That's all I'm saying. Khan versus Gundos will be a good test. Yes. Khan going to get to pepper Greco and then fight Peterson rematch. Then Brook in the 3-fight deal. I wouldn't go past. I wouldn't go anywhere near Peterson if I were Khan. Amir will win every round. What's the fuss? This guy's a punching bag. Boring fight. We want a Brook fight. Mikey says that Greco is shit and on the cheap undercard is shocking. It's clear Herney is overpaying Khan and all roads lead to a big Brook fight. Both sail off into the sunset. Virgil Hunter is now counselor on Jeremy Kyle. What bet odds for Khan to win by TKO or Khan by unanimous decision? Because of his history with Goosen, he's located near him. Okay, thank you very much there. Appreciate that. What did Khan say he wants to work on? When did Khan say he wants to work on his defense? He needs to work on his defense. No, he needs to work on his defense. Ronnie Shields was working on Spilker defense when he got killed by Wilder. Well, Wilder's a big puncher anyway. I think Spilker got tired. Peterson is shot after that Spence KO. It's a good fight to take. He will bring Peterson to the UK. That's a big statement. Say Peterson is shot. Big statement. because Peterson could fight on the inside. Khan can't fight on the inside. And that was one of the biggest problems with that fight with Peterson. When Peterson got Khan on the inside, didn't know what to do. Khan was brilliant at long range. As soon as you get up close, 3-4 rounds, Peterson starts to lay on your chest. Peterson's a good fighter. I like Peterson. Very good all-round fighter. It will take Khan 4 or 5 rounds to settle in after Rayoff. Then he will pummel this guy to decision. Hope Greco doesn't get a concussion. Need to deliver my Papa John's Monday night. Khan can't punch for toffee. It's embarrassing. Robert Garcia and Derek James are the best trainers. Derek James, I'd say. Robert Garcia, I'm not so sure. His guys don't move their heads very well. And Mikey is an exceptional talent. He's one, again, that doesn't move his head. Frampton, Donaire. We're not talking about Frampton, Donaire yet. So Peterson isn't shot. Spence is just another level. Too big, too strong, too talented. Peterson gives others a tough fight. Totally agree with you there. I think I totally agree with you there, Trap Media. Well, okay. You're all talking about Spence and Crawford. I'm throwing my guy into the mix, Rashidi Ellis. That's my boy. That's the guy I think is the dark horse in the welterweight division and will take the welterweight division by storm. Fast hands, good power, great movement. #1 boxer in America, amateur boxer in the UK, in America. I've been talking about this guy for years, Rashidi Ellis. Punches like a mule, moves similar to Roy Jones. Don't know why people are not getting on the train with Rashidi Ellis. Listen, I call that Terence Crawford when nobody gave a damn about Terence Crawford. Call that Keith Thurman when nobody gave a damn about Keith Thurman. Call that Stavern when nobody gave a damn about Stavern. Call that Fury when really nobody weren't paying attention. And all these guys have gone on to be world champions. You know? And I think this guy, Rashidi, has got the ability to be a world champion. Absolutely. Rashidi Ellis. Check him out. How old is Rashidi Ellis? 23, 24, maybe 25, between 23 and 25. So that's that. Let's talk next. So I expect Khan to beat the Greco. Frampton versus Donaire. I talked about this as well. If Frampton's going anywhere in this new division, if he's going anywhere, he has to beat Donaire, and he's got to beat Donaire well. It's a name on paper. The fight, I would like to know if Frampton would have taken a fight with Donaire when Donaire was prime Donaire. Now we know Donaire is on the slide. He's on the other side of his career. We are getting a shadow of the guy that really, you know, was a force in the division. I expect Frampton to overpower Donaire, to be honest. Could be interesting because of Donaire's experience and his style is exciting. But I expect Frampton to beat Donaire, to be honest. He's sharp. At the end of the day, a guy like Donaire, what they've done is recycle. Recycle. Big name, was a big name, still has some clout, recycle, bring out to fight. Yeah, it's just a recycle fighter. That's what it is. Yeah, Donaire was shot years ago. It's not a very good fight. Warren is simply using Donaire as a draw and for name value. Frampton barely beat the last guy he fought. Donaire is finito. I agree there. But the guy I had on the channel, Rick Glazer, said he felt that Frampton was finished. And he said Frampton was shot before he fought the last guy. So I don't know what Rick Glazer knows, but he said Frampton's finished that guys. It'll be interesting. Donaire will pull out some shit after he gets schooled again. Okay. So, Ellis is nice. I know Ellis is nice. I've been called. Nobody can say. I don't want to hear nobody tell me after. Sky Sports told me about this guy, or this person told me. Listen, you heard about Rashidi Ellis here on BWTM. I've got the interview on our channel already, and I've got him. I'm going to talk to him again shortly. We're just trying to set it up. He looked like shit against Horatio Garcia. Maybe 10 round as well. Yeah, you know, Okay, you're talking about Frampton here, right? Okay. Ellis got a majority decision against the cab driver last year. Ellis also last year, I believe he had a daughter or son, so they gave birth. So there was some other things that going on in his personal life. I'm not to worry about. Anyone rate Jane? Well, this is going. Let's go back to the conversation. So Amir Khan versus Phil Greco. We've talked about that. Donaire versus Frampton. We talked about that. And Fury on pay-per-view. We've talked about that too. I haven't seen much about Adrien Broner. I heard something about some bet that's gone on. But to me, I had a chat with somebody who's very close to Broner. Very, very close to Adrien Broner. I can't say how close, but they're very close. And he gave me the intel on Adrien Broner. What basically is, Adrien Broner's style, if you notice, hasn't changed from when he was down as a lightweight, now fighting a welterweight. The big thing about Broner was he uses physical strength to walk guys down, bully them, and knock them out at the low weight division. What's happening now with Broner? He's using that same style to try and bully guys, but he can't bully guys that are physically stronger than himself. So that same style where he's bullying guys and walking them down, he can't do it. He's been outworked. He's been overpowered. So when I say overpowered, he's unable to do the things that he was able to bully everyone else and use a mini shoulder roll and stuff. And the comparison between him and Floyd came because he's doing a little bit of shoulder roll. But if you look at Broner and Floyd, they're two different universes. Broner uses physical strength to try and walk you down. Floyd uses speed, movement, angles, and boxing intelligence and can switch up on you. And he's not using his physical strength because a lot of the guys Floyd's fought have been bigger, taller, and stronger than himself. But he hasn't lost fights to those guys. He's been on the move and he's been able to box and move and use his IQ. Whereas Broner has just done the same thing every single fight. So that's the story about Broner. Broner is a C-level fighter with an A-level marking mouthpiece. He just was overrated coming up, but he has always been a C-level fighter. Disagree with you. I think Broner was a A-star fighter as a lightweight. I think your problem started when he started moving up in weight. That's where the problem started. You think anyone's going to pay for Fury's pay-per-view comeback? Yeah, I'm sure they will. They will do. A lot of people on there will say, I ain't paying for that. And then come around fight time, they'll pay for it. They'll pay for it. When Broner beat Gavin Rees, like Ginger stepdad, he had me sold as a future pound for pound star. If he'd probably stayed at lightweight, maybe so. Yeah, Broner is no Floyd. 50-50 split is unreasonable. Bear in mind, Tyson couldn't sell 10,000 tickets in a Vlad rematch. You're gassed. He wasn't. He was beating scrubs. What? Fury's not a big seller. Well, yeah, I'm not sure how long the British public are going to endure watching Tyson Fury fight Billy Blogs and Leroy leftovers. I don't know how long that's going to, how long the British public will put up with that. I just don't think Broner is as good as we thought. Poor performances after poor performances. Time to say he's not world level. Vargas is the next boxer who will beat him. Yeah, I think, as I said before, he's moved up in weight. You see, all these guys, you see a lot of these boxers that use their physical strength to get down to the weight and they're weight bullies. But as soon as they move up in weight and they meet guys who can meet them head on and can take their power and are strong as them or stronger than them, then you see what they're really about. That's why not a lot of guys can move up the weight divisions and be successful. You know, it wasn't a step up in weight that hurt him. It was a step up in the competition. Well, I'll still leave that debatable. I would like to see what he would have done as lightweight, as a disciplined lightweight. But those physical strength and attributes, I'd like to see what he'd done. Fury fighting Tarver or Briggs? I tell you something. If he doesn't look good against Briggs or Tarver, who's going to want to pay and see him fight again? He's very dangerous this time with Fury, these guys he's fighting now. He might look great in the gym and look like he's lost a lot of weight, but fight night's when it matters. And again, like I said, I'm not going to sit down here and talk about Fury opponents, because we'll sit down here and waste all night talking about Shannon Briggs, Tony Otava, blah 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 blah, and fighting someone called Billy Bluehouse we've never heard of, and comes in, or the fight falls through and it's a late replacement. You never know. And like I said, until Fury steps through those ropes, the June the 9th pay-per-view card can get cancelled at any moment, because Fury's not an event. It's a comeback, but he's not an event. He's not a Joshua. Do you understand? So, and you know, previously with Warren fights, they get cancelled. So until June the 9th, until I know for sure Fury's doing his ring walk, it's just no point talking about it, because it just might get cancelled. Fury versus Sokolowski, I wouldn't mind watching that. I'd watch that as a comeback. If they make Fury versus AJ Carter, LOL, Carter's chin would get smashed at the other side of the park, of the ocean. Safari's favourite with the bookies as Tyson current fight. What do you think, Ingram? I watched his fight versus Chad. He's above Donaire level, to be fair. I haven't looked at him, to be honest. And like I said, you can pull any name out of the hat for Tyson Fury. Until he steps through those ropes, I will not believe it. Honestly, I just won't believe it. Although he's got himself into shape, I'm not being a skeptic of Fury. I'm just being a skeptic of. Remember, we met to see Martin Murray versus Billy Joe Saunders. People were getting ready for that fight. It got cancelled. It's happened in the past. And if Fury isn't selling the tickets, then what happens? You know, Rashidi needs to step up in competition. 19 fights, 20 fights needs up against the name. Maybe go and do us. Yeah, he does need to move on. I agree. Fury entertaining during press conferences, boring in the ring. Really, no faith in Fury, have you, BWTM? It's not I haven't got faith in Fury. It's the one fight, Klitschko, and everyone's calling him the best thing since sliced bread. That's what I have a problem with. And, you know, 3 years out, almost 3 years out, and people assume just to come back and pick up titles. I don't think it's as simple as that. I don't think he gets himself into any sort of real serious fight to 2019. The first thing is getting back in the ring. Get back in the ring first. No cancelled bout. No injuries. No opponent pulling out at the last minute or slipping in the shower or visa problems getting into the country or none of that stuff, or not being paid to get income. None of that nonsense. I just want to know the opponent's ready, who the opponent is. We know the date. I'm a bit concerned that the opponent hasn't been announced yet. And why hasn't the opponent been announced? Press conference. Why didn't you just do the press conference when you did a press conference, announce who Tyson was fighting? Or is it the fact that they're trying to leave it to the really last moment so people just keep buying the tickets? Like Hay did. Wait until you get all your tickets collected together, and then announce the opponent when the tickets have been bought. Sounds smart. That's what I would do if I knew that if I was doing some shady business. I'm probably above Donaire level. My saving grace is I didn't learn to box on YouTube. LOL. Ingram, how hyped are you for Stuart Hall's big return? Ambitions where he wants to be, what he's doing. Good to see him back. If Fury's not selling tickets, we'll probably nick himself over his eye. Razor blade job. Hello from the US. Scott Khan winning by knockout. Good to see you from the USA. The Goonies 1, 2, 3. Let me know what part of the world. Oh, by the way, Ruben Guerrero, have you still got an answer? Have you got an answer for James Elliott Bashir? Still waiting for that answer, by the way. Now Tyson's left. Peter Ingram has turned on him. No, I've not turned. I don't try and put things in my mouth. Don't put crap in my mouth, right? I've not turned on anybody. The fact of the matter is, I said, and if you go back and listen to my videos, I wasn't interested in talking to Tyson. I was one of those channels who wasn't interested in talking to Tyson until I want to hear he's got a date. I want to hear who the opponent is, and I want to see him get in the ring. Those are the three things I wanted to hear. I was the one who told you that you all saying, oh, no, he's going to stay with Peter Fury. I told you he's going to leave Peter Fury. I told you it was going to happen. I told you he wasn't going to box in 2017. There was, oh, back to box in 2017. Now he's back to box in 2018. I don't expect him to box anybody decent to 2019. For the minimum, 2019. So I've not turned. Please don't put rubbish in my mouth. Did you see Tyson's Instagram post about the family? Is it an indication of a slight rift fixed? I don't know. But, you know, I'm not interested in, personally, Tyson's family personal issues. I'm not interested in that. I think we've had enough of what's been going on in the past. All I'm interested in is the man boxing. That's it. Whatever happens between him and Peter and Huey and John, and not my business, frankly. Not my business, and I'm not interested. Don't want to get in people's life like that. All I'm interested in is to find out what he's doing with his boxing career. That's what I'm interested in. If he wants to share more with me, fine. But it's not for me to go out and blah, 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 to everyone else. So, Klitschko was undisputed champion. The praise is warranted, mate. I agree with everything else you said, however. Klitschko was not the undisputed champion because Deontay Wilder had the WBC belt. So you can't be undisputed champion. He was unified champion. Mike Tyson was undisputed. Lennox Lewis was undisputed. Evander Holyfield was undisputed. I think Riddick Bowe was undisputed. But Klitschko was disputed. Both Klitschko's was disputed. Vitali had the WBC belt. Never had any other belts, so far I understand. He may have had the Ring Magazine belt. And on the other side, Klitschko, the other Klitschko, had all the other belts. Never had the WBC. So that's my point there with that. I would like to see Fury or AJ versus Ortiz. Well, Fury has no interest in fighting Ortiz. I can tell you that now. Because the last time I interviewed him, he said, Ortiz doesn't bring any money in. Ortiz is too dangerous. And for what for? Awkward fight. Not interested. If you don't believe me, check out the interview I did with Tyson on that. Heavyweights aside, did you catch? No, I didn't, I'm afraid to say. The Stefani's got 21 knockouts. Too dangerous for Fury. Really? Really? This guy's got 21 knockouts. Who's he knocked out? Let's see. Let's go back up the page a bit. Ingram, I think link up with Ben Davison will go tits up after one fight, and then he'll rejoin Peter or go to Ingle. I've always said he'll go to Dominic Ingle. But we'll see. Fury is smart. He'll realize Dawson is a good fitness coach, but technically limited. KF5 versus Charlie was coming to a pay-per-view near you. Oh dear. Mikey DeMario was on my Facebook group. He told us that was a media ploy and wasn't true. He would say that. Fury likes to bully cruiserweights half his size. First Cunningham, now Safari. Needs to be careful. Cunningham, LOL. Sore subject for certain fans. Stu Hall, big return. Don't make me laugh. Rather watch paint dry. Dreading Paul Butler world title fight on the undercard of Hay Value as well. It's Crawler Burnett all over again. Help up. Help, he says. Ruben, what did Bashir want the answer to? Well, who has Freddie Roach trained from scratch? That's what Bashir wanted to ask Ruben. I mean, unified. Yeah, I mean, unified, chill. No, you said undisputed. You said undisputed. I said unified. Only casuals watch Dross like Hall and Butler. Tyson's first fight is not pay-per-view. Box Talk 88. Can somebody sort that out for me, please? Because as far as I'm concerned, I saw BT Sports saying that Tyson's comeback was on pay-per-view. BT Sports. Can somebody clarify this for me, please? Thank you. Much love from Cali, blood. Shout out to all the purists around the world. Okay, Tyrone Dash the God. I do like your name. Bashir was pissed. Roach got trainer of the year and was trashing his accomplishments. No, he wasn't. Tell the story like it is. And if people want to hear what really was said, just go to the James Edward Bashir Loses It live on this channel, and you can hear the whole conversation between Bashir, and I asked what Ruben had to say. So, no, that's not what he was pissed about. Donny Palmer, Tyson Fury pay-per-view. Update David Price. He's okay. He fixed my boiler and did a cracking job. Great. 21 fights, 24 KOs. John Nelson has spouted his mouth off about Usyk and Vlad making fake sparring stories. He's shitting on Vlad's legacy and it's unacceptable. Well, yeah, I can't really speak much on that, apart from, you know what Bashir said. So we've talked about, the other guy I want to talk about is Tank Davis very quickly. As Bashir said with me, and it seems quite apparent that Mayweather wants to throw him under the bus. Not even throw him under the bus. It's almost the case that Mayweather wants his money back, or he wants to make quick money with Mr. Tank Davis. Maybe Mayweather doesn't think he can control him any further, hence why he's thrown him. He says he's going to fight Lomachenko. He's probably fed up with him. Bashir had Usyk as a prospect and mastermind Usyk's greatest and most dominant win to date against Glowacki. Since then, Usyk has won top fights, but defensively leaky. What's your opinion on Joshua Wilder fiasco? I'll tell you what I think. When Lennox Lewis was heavyweight champion of the world, he was off to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I remember him saying, "I just get me the fights." I remember the way Lewis went through the heavyweight division, and when he got knocked out, he got back, made the comeback trail, and he went through the heavyweight division, and he was taking on all comers. For me, Wilder, first of all, here's this. I don't think Wilder versus Joshua is next. I believe Joshua versus Miller is next. I really do believe that. I do believe they really want to see if Wilder allows Joshua to get to America. Watch this. This is how I play it. If Wilder allows Joshua, you really believe they're negotiating? I don't believe they're negotiating at all. I think that's all hogwash. I really do. And I'll explain this. I believe that we're just going to see Miller. As long as Miller wins his fight, I believe Miller and Joshua is next. Once Joshua comes to America, there he's got more negotiating right now, because he's come to America and people are going to get to know him. If he fights well and he knocks out Miller, that's on Showtime. That's a very good thing. That gives Joshua, look, I've come to America and my profile is in bigger fight in America. If I'm Deontay Wilder, I take the money. If I really believe I can beat Joshua, I take the money and I take the fight with Joshua. I call Eddie Hearn and Joshua's bluff. I take myself, okay, we're coming. We're coming. We're taking the money and we're coming. But I don't know. I don't think, in my opinion, boxing is as simple as, yeah, we're going to give you 12 million and that's it. There's more to it. There's rematch agreements and, you know, certain other things, promotional rights and intellectual property and train. You know, you're having to pay for your trainer, you know, your manager, your sparring partners, all this stuff that we need to consider. I'm sorry, having a history of listening to certain people talk rubbish over and over and over again. When people have a history of talking shit, I'm sorry, I've just been honest. When people have a history of just talking shit over and over again, lying, bold-faced lying, chatting shit over and over and over and over again, I don't buy into it. And that's because when you've actually had a fighter, or you know a fighter, or a fighter shows you their contract and says, well, this is what's going on, that's going on, this is what's been happening, here's the contract, but here's the crap they're talking, but here's the contract, and here's the crap they're talking. You know what I mean? You see things in a very different way. Two of the things I discovered in boxing is that all these promoters are like politicians. I'm telling you, they're like politicians. They'll tell you one thing to your face and they do something else behind your back. You know, so this Wilder Joshua thing, as far as I'm concerned, if I were Wilder, and it all depends in the contract. Forget the 12.5 million or the 8 million. Forget that for 1 second. Forget that. It's the contract, the things in small. There might be in his contract, I may say, yeah, if you take this contract and you fight us we'll give you 8 million now. But in the rematch, if you beat us, then you can only make 8.5 in the rematch. Now, if that's in the contract, if that's something like that is in the contract, and as long as that's in the contract, that's the sort of thing that will make you go, I don't want this. So it makes the fighter look like he's ducking. I remember a time when Bright Jennings was meant to go to Bulgaria to fight Kubrat Pulev, right? And Jennings is ducking Kubrat Pulev. Really? Well, Jennings went and fought Klitschko afterwards, didn't he? He's ducking Kubrat Pulev. He's ducking Kubrat. Remember people talk about Kubrat Pulev is the most dangerous fighter in the world, blah, 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 blah. They offered Bright Jennings $200,000 to go and fight Pulev in Bulgaria. Really? So he said, no, man, I ain't. For 200,000, that's chump change. I'm not paying. I'm not going to Bulgaria to fight Pulev. Chump change. So when you hear these figures coming out, they sound big. They sound fantastic. They sound fantastic. Oh, 12 million. Oh, but when you sit down and know what you could calculate, what you could be making, or your accountant's telling you, or team's telling you, listen, you're world champion, you're long reigning world champion. You could be making this amount of money, but you're making this amount of money. You're going to go to the UK, make this amount of money, and out of that, you've got to pay for all these things. No. So it just paints a picture that Wilder's playing games. It's all this sort of political crap. I wish that somehow or the other it's possible for Wilder to actually take the fight, call their bluff, take the fight, and fight Joshua. Yes, bro. Yes, Shaib. Hope you're doing well. Who else? So there's other people say hello to as well. Come in the room. I've ignored. If I've ignored you, it's not because I've wanted to ignore you. It's just that. Hi, Pekka Decker. When is Stavern back? Soon, I believe. But I'll be able to give you some more news about Stavern soon. We're working on something. Dan Raphael will forge Wilder's signature and get the fight on. Not for the fight or for the spectacle, but for the pre-fight buffet. Oh, God. I swear there's not a single area on boxing YouTube where Dan Raphael isn't dragged. Well, how much do you think AJ Wilder fight's worth, Ingram? Worth around being 100 million. Well, okay. I think the fight gets bigger if this happens. Bigger. If Wilder comes to the UK and fights, right, against Dillian White, and Joshua fights Miller in America, if those two if they can get over those two fights, then Wilder versus Joshua, I think makes 100 million. And you know why? Because people have seen Wilder in the UK, people have seen Joshua in America. What I would love to see, would never happen, but Wilder and Joshua on the same night, boxing on the same night, so you could get to see both of them fight on the same night. Or what you could do is like have a double header, Joshua fighting, defending his title in the UK during the evening, and then early in the morning, Wilder defends his title. That would be really good. Is it true you're a flat earther? I'm not sure what you mean by that, my friend. Wilder, and Joshua Miller, then a super fight. Best case scenario by far. I think that's the best way to me. If I'm promoting the fight, Wilder fights White, Joshua fights Miller, and then you've got the super fight right afterwards. Because both guys would have been in one of those countries. Wilder's camp seemed to be very keen not to play to Eddie's tune. Didn't come over for the Parker fight and won't fight White by the looks of it. Yeah, because there'll be some other thing afterwards. There'll be something else afterwards. And maybe because he has maybe because there may be something that wasn't on it. Do you think White's a massive banana skin for Wilder, though? No, I don't. I'd like to see White fight somebody tall and long, who's young and fresh. No, I don't. Potential, it could be. I don't think so, though. AJ beats Miller, looks great, and Wilder KOs Brazil earlier than AJ did. Bills for a narrative, doesn't it? Not really. Not really. Because Wilder knocks at Brazil, but so what? Wilder comes from UK and does a number on Dillian White. That's got the UK fans going, buzzing. Wilder wouldn't fight White to save his own life. Well, why not? Are you suggesting that Dillian White's a better fighter than Luis Ortiz? AJ Povetkin, White, Wilder White. I think AJ Miller, Joshua vacates the WBA title, let Povetkin and White fight for it. Shout out Rich Piana. Shout out to Rich Piana. And shout out ZZ. Okay. I think White is not a hard fight all for Wilder and a career high paid. I agree. Wilder needs to fight a Britain UK to build a fight. I agree. White is loved by casuals now, and after the Brown fight, they think he's a killer. White is much younger than Ortiz. Is he taller as well than Ortiz? He's got longer arms than Ortiz. He's got darker skin than Ortiz. Oh, dear. Rich Piana is dead, Ingram. I don't know who Rich Piana is. Sorry. Who is he? I don't know who that is. I don't be surprised if AJ drops the belt. Rabinsky destroys Hearn in a purse bid. If they don't, AJ fights Miller. White can try and get the WBA title. If he doesn't, does the AJ? Who said that, by the way? Who was the guy that made me do the shout out like that to somebody who's passed away? That's not cool. I trust people when they say things like that. Who said it? So I don't joke about things like that. I just don't. Who's it said that? Roberto Duran. Hey son, don't do things like that again on my channel, please. Take a time out. I'll treat you like a little kid. If you want to be like a little kid, I'll treat you like a little kid. Wilder should make a name in the UK, being champion for ages now. Still no one gives a shit about him in the US. Age matter, like it or not, son. Oh, dear. Yeah, all right, mate. Well, T speaks white. Yeah, it's not funny. It's not even funny at all. I've just given that person a timeout. Don't come on my channel doing crap like that, because next time it'll be a block. I have no time for stuff like that. I thought it was actually a genuine shout out to somebody's member of family or something. Don't do shit like that. It's not funny. Mike, I have been, so rest in peace, Rich Piana. Mike, I've been saying that, Mikey, I've been saying this since WBA called the mandatory, but Ingram called it. Yeah, they should retire. They should. That's what I think will happen. Vacate the title. He was a bodybuilder that died last year. Thanks for that, Adam Scott. White is better than Ortiz because he punched Dave Allen's head in for long. Rich Piano was a bodybuilder who sadly passed away of heart condition. I'm sorry to hear that. So, as I said, I don't take kindly to fools on my channel. My friend got a timeout. He's lucky he didn't get blocked. That's just a blockable offence for me. There's one idiot that has to ruin it for others. White would beat Ortiz would beat White 12-0. Peccadale. Yes, good to see you in the room. Hi, Baylor. Do you think heavyweight boxing will have one champion rather than several belt holders? Yeah, I think it'll happen. But if Joshua decides to vacate, we've got a problem. Let's see. Right. According to her, Wilder versus Brazil is made. Well, if Wilder versus Brazil is made, what the hell are they negotiating for then? Why are they negotiating Joshua versus Wilder? Like I said, full of crap. Full of crap. Joshua's going to go ahead and fight Miller. And what's his name? Wilder will fight Brazil. Yeah. Hearn offers Wilder 9 million for at least a $50 million fight. How is that fair? It's not. Yeah, I just Googled him. I've seen his face before on white YouTube. That's effed up. Rest in peace. Yeah, of course it is. Sickening behavior, Ingram. Yeah, I know. I agree. Why people so sure Ortiz beats White? I've not seen them fighting yet. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Piano was actually a good guy as well. Inspiration videos on his channel about how he went from nothing to making a good living. Let's not mock a guy. Exactly. That's not here any longer. I totally agree with you there. Just got an idiot that's come on the channel, so should be blocked for that crap. But anyway, he's got a timeout anyway. Good evening, everyone. Fast hands, weak chin, all the best. Amir. They're negotiating fighting next after Brazil. That's crap. I don't trust them. Because after that there'll be another hurdle. What did they say? I'm sure they said something else. I'm sure they said after they fought Miller, they were going to fight somebody else. I think they're going to try and fight Povetkin after that. Povetkin or Pulev. One of them two guys I'll try and fight. Eddie Lobo Wilder to postpone the fight until next summer, in my opinion. I agree with that. 2019. Didn't Joshua say 2019 he was going to have to fight? Wilder can't refuse $4 million on US TV to fight White, but go and fight Brazil for $1 million. His team are letting him down. They're clueless. Yeah, but there may be reasons why. There may be reasons. Well, if Wilder were to beat White, then potentially Eddie Hearn may say, if you beat White, then you have to join Matchroom. Now, if that's part of the contract, that you beat White, but you have to become a part of Matchroom. Really? And you know already what Wilder thinks of Eddie Hearn. So it's all the glitters ain't gold. Don't just see things for straight face value. Unless you've seen the contract, don't jump to conclusions, honestly. Fight White, build your profile, make a ton, squash him in 5, and then get AJ after. I agree with that. That's what I would do if I were managing him. Piano was a great role model, always promoted hard, working hard, and not taking shortcuts. White beats Ortiz because he has blue eyes. Lady Bella. Hearn, let's see. It says here, Cameron saying, Hearn might be saying he wants options on Wilder if he wins. Fight White in UK, fight White in UK, build AJ fight. It's not a rocket science. It's not a rocket science. You meant to say it's not rocket science. Apparently, Chocolito's moved up to 122. You heard about this? No, I haven't. Good luck to him. But like I said, a guy that fights like Chocolito, you can't fight like that forever. You know, now he's moving up in weight as well. I don't know. This has always been my argument of Fury compared to AJ. Tyson has had to fight to get a chance, then eliminator, final eliminator. AJ beat Cornish and White, and then Sky paid for his shot against Martin. Yep, that's about right. Gary Cornish will be fighting against Fury. Yeah, I'd take that. As a comeback, I'd take Cornish. He's in the British ratings. He just went 12 rounds with a current British heavyweight champion, Sam Sexton, who his cousin Fury's fighting. Yeah, I'd fight Gary Cornish. Why not? Gary Cornish is an embarrassment. No chin and can't even hold properly. Rumours he tried blocking a body shot with his ankle in sparring. Mikey, come on, man. Stop that stuff. Right. Hopefully, we'll have some really good news for BWTM next week. Cameron, inbox me your number. We can have a chat. Right. Anybody else got anything else to say? If you haven't already, please check out the interview with James Ali Bashir. We've had many sketchy scorecards here. Wilder would have to knock White out or get jobbed. You'd fully expect him to put him away, but crazier things have happened. I think that Wilder. Cornish is bad. Fury bajoined him with the first shot for spar. Legend has it. Adam Smith says, left off for AJ. When Joshua got a girl's number. Oh, God. Gary Cornish should be out in Russia sparring Povetkin and is looking for sponsor for a fight he's announcing. Will Frank make Fury versus Price? I bloody well hope not. Bashir was quality. I admire Mr. Piana greatly, and I was not meaning to make you look foolish, Mr. Jones. I apologize for the misunderstanding. Thank you. Don't do that stuff again, man. Make it clear. I don't play that sort of stuff on the channel, man. I'll DM my number. Get in there. Yeah, we need to have a serious chat, Mr. Cameron. Serious chat. Haha, Cam. So yeah, yo, Ingram, give me your number. Really? Mr. Guerrero, really? Adam Smith's Gardner. I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there. Right. Is there anything else we should talk about before I end tonight? I don't think there's much more to talk about. Talked about Khan. We've talked about Fury pay-per-view. People want to get their money back. Something very odd about Adam Smith. He's suspect. See you on the gaming channel. Long night ahead. But no, you won't see me on the gaming channel. I've done my bit on the gaming channel. done my bit on the gaming channel. I'm done. I might just play maybe a couple of minutes on FIFA. Mikey, one of my favorite guys in the world. So, just one more time. Amir, fast hands, got no chin. Khan, I fancy him get floored. Well, not in this fight. He shouldn't get floored. Fury pay-per-view, okay. Cam, likewise, bro. Anything else I need to talk about? Oh, I haven't even paid for a Fury pay-per-view and I want a refund. I want a refund. I really should go and see Fury and get the interview, shouldn't I? And talk to Ben Davison as well. Should do it, shouldn't I? Let me think. Yeah, if you haven't already, check out our channel or our page on Facebook. I don't promote enough. Check out our Facebook page, BWTM Sports, BWTM Sports Group. Get on Facebook and join in. Right, join in, post your videos. There's lots of great chatting there, and yeah, defo grilled Ben Davis on his training. Did you hear about Crawford's team contacting Hearn for a Khan fight? Yeah, that'll be the end. That'll be the end of Khan. I'm still getting a value cleverly too. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, still want to talk about before I finish. Hay versus Bellew 2. You know, David Hay he could have been, I really believe that guy had the potential to be a world-class global superstar, David Hay. He could have been. Had he taken the right fights at the right time, he could have done it in America. Hay going to pull out. Rumors are Hayes destroying folk in sparring. What do you make of MVP as a boxer? Not very much. Amir Khan gets down on one knee to renew his marriage vows and gets knocked out while opening the ring. Oh dear. Hayes is drawing nothing but his own body in sparring. Hayes dropped the Cobra, you know. I know he did. Good fighter, bang average boxer. Right, I'm out of here. Thank you all so much for the show. Appreciated as always. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I think we'll get close to Hay Bellew. I don't even want to make any predictions yet, really. I've talked that, but we'll leave that until the night before to show that the fight's definitely going to happen. Gary Cornish took 6 weeks off his plumbing service to fight AJ. Respect. Yes, England, get those interviews. Will we see the David Hay of old, or is this the end of the road for the Haymaker? Good entertainment sub, thank you very much. Honestly think Hayes' entire body crumbles in a sack of bones in a Bellew rematch. Grill Ben. Oh, you know what? I think it's time, isn't it? It's about time we went and talked to Mr. Davison. About time. I think we should do it. Right. Looks like it's going to be another BWTM on the road. Yeah. I want to see how Ben's mind works. That'll be one. Go see Ricky Hatton, Nathan Gorman. Hope Hay ends Bellew's career. Hay career ended after Chisora fight. Cox Rider undercard. Lenroy Thomas versus Joyce. Break them down properly. Long analysis. Greg knows. David Hay is like the man in Indiana Jones who drank the wrong cup. Hay's crippled. Even his cornrows will fall out. They're so old. Cheers for the show, dude. Keep up the great work. Greg, thank you so much. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. And at the end of the video, if you're not sure how to subscribe, at the end of this video, there's a massive circle that says BWTM. Click on that and help you subscribe. Right, I'm out of here. Good night. See you on the weekend.